Now you know why I stir my coffee with chopsticks. Stirring the coffee with the chopsticks of truth using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee. At the molecular level, good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, regular coffee made in a regular percolator with cream and a little bit of honey. Nice.
Nice.
Let's start out by talking about the Carnivore Challenge that begins this Thursday and goes till Easter. In other words, you eat nothing but meat from this Thursday until Easter. Then you can have an Easter dinner, that kind of thing. When I say nothing but meat, I really mean nothing but animal products. Meat and eggs. No other weird derivatives. No cheese, no nothing. In other words, a one ingredient item. What does meat contain? Meat. What do eggs contain? Eggs. That's it. If you want to use spices, that's fine. You will drink water. You're going to have coffee in the morning. No carbs for 10 days. No seed oils, no olive oil of any type. If you're going to cook your meat, you're going to do it in lard or duck fat or bison tallow. You're going to lose 10 pounds. 10 pounds will be gone. So what will happen in 10 days? Mental clarity, focus, and alertness will improve greatly. Sex will be better or even return. Sleep will be sound. Glucose levels can return to normal. Hypertension will lower. Sanity, clarity, sex, sleep, and a feeling of being unstoppable, which is not what you're feeling right now. It can happen in 10 days. Try it for 10 days. What have you got to lose except the cloudiness in your head, the weight, the bloating, the bullshit? Eat meat, drink water. You want to have eggs? Have eggs. The biggest issue you're going to probably come up with is boredom. Just like working out, how you can get bored doing the same thing over and over again. Eat different meats, cooked different ways, get creative. You're only limited by your own inability to be creative. That's it. But start with me. My first day of 100% carnivore, not modified, not partial. We're doing 10 days of carnivore. Nothing but meat, eggs, and water, and coffee in the morning. You up for it? Do it with me. You'll feel better. More than ever, I am convinced that everybody has shit on everybody in Washington, D.C. There's people I could easily blow the whistle on, many office-holding positions and former executive branchers, but everyone has big or little discretions that would blow their lives up. One of the reasons why insiders hate outsiders. They have zero power over them, and the outsiders can behave with zero fucks given. What a great way to live. What a great way to serve as a politician. To not be owned by anybody. What a great place to be in life. To not be owned by anyone anywhere. Not to be controlled by anybody. Incredible. Find one person that isn't controlled by other people somehow, some way. Where are they? Where are they? Point them out to me. Your goal is to not be owned, to be a free agent, as Coach Greg Adams would say, but he obviously is referring to free agency in the male-female dynamic world, but also that spills over into being owned or controlled by anybody. Eat meat. Meat is food. Plants are medicine. There's more vegan BS than ever before, and more obesity and diabetes than ever before. People have completely healed from hypertension and metabolic issues from eating a high meat diet, red meat that is. Veganism is a religion and a eating disorder. I'm 100% convinced. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. And if you don't like me because I say that, then it shows me that you're part of that religion or that cult. I will go as far to say as veganism is a cult. When you talk to people who are vegans, it's not about food. It's always dig a little bit deeper, and there's some political stuff, there's some skewed worldviews, some pseudo-scientific stuff, the mentioning of a vegan bodybuilder or MMA guy, and one weird spiritual claim after another. Veganism is a branch of feminism and has nothing to do with health. Well, what about men that are vegans? Like I said, it's a branch of feminism. Veganism is a woman's way of fighting aging when nothing else works. It's girl science, but it's not science. It's the sisterhood uniting when nothing else works. So, unplug from the lies, unplug from the matrix, and live. And live. The hardest thing about losing weight, or doing, let's say, the carnivore challenge, would be you're going to feel like a pain in the ass in your family. You're going to feel that way because they're sitting there eating everything else, or eating their vegetables, and you're eating meat and only meat. And your own feelings of, like, I don't fit in, are going to initially make you feel doubtful. And you won't be able to do the 10 days. You want to lose weight, keep it off, and never worry about it again, ever again, ever again. Eat meat and drink water. But let's start with 10 days. It can be done. I find it's interesting. There's a weird motivation that comes from people telling you that it can't be done, or that you'll never make it. One of the things that you'll be called if you do a 10-day carnivore challenge is you'll be called extreme. Yeah? Okay. One of the first things you'll notice when you don't eat vegetables and carbs is the bloating is going to disappear. It'll be gone. By the end of 10 days, your pants will be falling off of you. And that is from, obviously, a calorie deficit. How much meat should you eat? As much as you want, whenever you want. You have the option of eating till you're full. Or if you're one of those 5 to 6 meals a day kind of people, that's great. In that 10 days, have an organ meat of some type, whether it be liver, chicken livers, beef liver, something like that. It's going to be good for you. Being in charge of someone else's happiness is one hell of a task. As a matter of fact, it's impossible. No wonder you're frustrated, angry, clueless, and your friends are tired of hearing you bitch about it. You can't control anyone but yourself. You don't have to be an a-hole about it, but put your foot down and stop trying to make anyone else happy. Husbands, you're not going to make your wife happy. Sorry, bro. Ain't gonna happen. She's unpleasable, and she's gonna come up with her own weird maladaptive ways of finding happiness outside of you. You can't make her happy. You can't do it. I've worked with way too many men who've worked their asses right off trying to please their wife. It's an impossible task. Stop being in charge of other people's happiness. I'm not talking about like feeding your family. I'm talking about literally everything you do trying to make other people happy. People pleasing. Stop people pleasing. And this does go hand in hand with the 10-day carnivore challenge. This is for you and not for anyone else. People are going to get mad at you. People are going to call you names. It's almost like there's a weird persecution that's going to happen. Let it happen. Get used to it. Toughen up. Get thicker skin. As you get healthier, more color in your skin, as you get off your medications, as you have a feeling of wellness, as sex returns to your life, or better sex happens, they can stay in their carb heaven, which is actually carb hell. Most men's group entities online or in person exist so that socially awkward men can feel important without doing anything important. In the same way, feminism is established so that unattractive women can have easier access to the mainstream. The whole concept of a men's movement is false. I like the idea of a men's development arena. That was told to me about a year ago. A men's development arena. I like that. It's probably one of my best discoveries that doesn't put other men down or put women down, does not ignore or deny the nature of men and women, but it's one of the best places to be, is to be in a larger, more universal men's development arena. If you are improving yourself, you are part of the men's development arena. And I welcome you. Gentlemen, your wife's unhappiness is not your fault. Your unhappiness is your fault. Stop carrying the burden of an unhappy wife. There's nothing wrong with saying, is there something I can do to help? Or modeling it for her. I don't know who originally talked about the 1,000-foot tow rope. I've heard Ryan Stone speak of it. But it refers to a ship with a tow rope, and there's a boat behind the ship at the other end of the tow rope. When the big ship takes a turn, the other boat is still going to keep going straight and then eventually turn. But the big ship has to make the turn first. So, gentlemen, start hitting the gym, start building your muscles. Listen, I knew a guy whose wife didn't want him to lose too much weight because he would be attractive to other women. Good. Good for them. Good for them. But that's weird, isn't it? Isn't that odd? Don't you think a woman would want her man to be jacked for her instead of so freaking insecure? Basically, she's protecting her own laziness. If your woman is threatened by you improving yourself, you need to get a new woman eventually. If you are on a path of self-improvement, let's say for a year, you're losing weight, you're getting better, you're looking good, you're improving, your clarity is there, your sleep is there, and she's not coming along for the ride, she might need to be replaced. It sounds horrible, it sounds mean. Yeah, but she could be depressed. I understand that. But if you don't do something, then you're going to have two people that are depressed. How good is that for your family? How good is that for the people in your life in general? Your wife's unhappiness is not your problem, dude. George, are you pro-divorce? I am. If you're going to get divorced, divorce fast. Date long, marry slow, divorce fast. But I'm not just saying to get divorced. I'm not pro-divorce in that way. Like, men, you need to leave your wives. I'm not into that. I believe in sticking by your commitments. But if you as a couple decide to be divorced, do it fast. If you decide that your current marriage is not for you, I can help you with that. I can show you how to leave her. So many people trying to repair something that can't be repaired. Some things are beyond repair. I'm not saying that divorce and breakup is the first option. It might be the 20th option. You might have tried to improve things for years. The reality is this: you might have married the wrong person. You can't be in charge of someone else's happiness. You were thinking with the bed and not your head. You think God's going to bless something that never should have happened in the first place? But it was love. No, it wasn't. It was your impulsive, idiot nature, not your brain. It was your thirst. It was your desperation. It's never too late to start a new life. If you are going to leave, then leave. It might take some time, but overall, it will be better for you, for your family, and I don't want to say for her, because you're not going to make her happy, no matter what you do. And if you cave in to her and all the chore play, then what happens is she's really not going to be into you at all. Gentlemen, take a stand for yourself. You don't have to be a dick about it. Old things tell stories, not throwaway things, not disposable things, but things like pipes, iron skillets, tractors, ladders. I think about old purposeful things, not just mere knickknacks, but things that had a purpose. And I think about the people that used them, the era they lived in, what their struggles were, their victories, and their decisions. I like old things that may have helped people relax and escape. Like, for instance, an old rocking chair. Think about the souls that were soothed in that old rocking chair. An old porch swing, a fan, a fountain pen, church pews and their accompanying kneelers. Even old clothes like tweed jackets or a scarf, or maybe a hat. Do you have any old things in your life? Don't forget, the 10-day Carnivore Challenge starts this Thursday. This Thursday through Easter, you'll eat nothing but meat and or eggs and water, and spice them up to make them interesting, tasty, and you won't get bored with what you're eating. If you want to take it another level, you can eat a couple oysters every day for 10 days. You're going to feel better. Have the oysters raw, or you can fry them in an animal oil. You'll be fine. You're going to feel great. And with that, finish your coffee, and I'll see you on the next Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, reason, and a 10-day Carnivore Challenge starting this Thursday to Easter.